Very good morning to everybody. Thank you for coming today. And of course, today is Friday, is our trading wheel. Our trading with stock idea for the Friday. And of course, our continued collaboration with the Rakuten trade in here. So thank you for your support that we've been getting all this while in here, and definitely we want to go down to our headlines that we have for you. Now today is Friday, that's right, Friday we're looking at the advanced level and also looking at some of the trades that we have last week on the Pentagon guided trade in there, that's right. So let's look at the news headline roundup that we have for you, all right? So definitely for sure, we want to see some of this is definitely the property sectors, that's right. Now the property sectors have decided to switch strategy, that's right. And this is due to the ongoing cases that we see in the country, and also many of our so-called Malaysians are hit with hard time. And also if you notice in here is also part of our so-called strategy, right, for the residents continue to have many units. The residents overhang trend here continue to go up, and one of the reasons why is we continue to see this is due to the number of units. So in here, research house developer Msian and also Lagenda are turning their strategy to marketing affordable housing. It's kind of interesting to see affordable housing is the new trend right now in here, and so that's what we are looking for. So those of you who are watching from the strategy, okay, so let's go on to the next section that we have, right? As is the next news that we have is the QES. Now the QES in here is the US joint venture together with Applied Engineering, a manufacturing setup in Penang. So what they are looking at is looking to expand their base in here. Now let's take a look at QES. Okay, so what I'm going to do today slightly is going to bring in the chart from here. So we're going to bring in the SMARTRobie chart. So we're just going to type it in here. Let me just make it a bit smaller. So QES, and we send that in. So you can look at QES, the stock chart and stock comment. From here onwards, it does tells you QES is actually go up in a very nice uptrend here. You can see here. So the nice uptrend, and it's still holding above the ATR stop loss, as you can see on top here. And that's something which is, I find it very good. So you can see it's holding up above the ATR stop loss, not really breaking down in here. Continue to be good news. Of course, if you want to pick this up, just wait for the green pentagon in here. Okay, wait for the green pentagon. And let's just move on to our next news that we have. Okay, our next news will be on the Kellington. Now, Kellington continued to be a real winner in here. I had this for some time already. So let's take a look at the chart. So I'll just bring it in here again. Just make it a bit smaller here. So let's look at KGB. The news is about they winning another $50 million job at the Tank Pit 8 expansion in Port Klang in here. So it's one of the subsidiary in here. So take a look at the stock comment and stock chart. So you can see from here, Kellington on the chart wise continue to make new high, and also they already done a stock split though. So this is one of those shares. I do think that it's good to pick it up in here. Now let's also move on to the Kellington. So let's take a look at the next news that we have. Right, is SolarWest. Now in SolarWest, continue to again making new winner in here. SolarWest has been beaten down, and it is also following a lot of the trend that we see in US. So US, all the green energy stocks will continue to head downwards, and that's what we're seeing the market continue to slide down in here. And that's not much of a difference also in QES. So if you look at this, SL West here. So let's look stock chart and stock comment. Okay, so that's good. And so this is the stock chart and stock comment. You can see market broke through the ATR stop loss. So on the longer term, I think this is a good stock to be accumulating, but it's not going to make a headward. So for those of you interested to trade this, you still need to wait for the green pentagon in here. Definitely, let's look at the stock price this morning here. Which is up 2.7% on this very, very good news of the SL Vest. So that's usually how they will move. All right, let's move on to the next news. All right, the next news is IHH Healthcare for this morning in here. They got the extension of the Singapore leases and they tend to appeal it. And analyst has a buy call at 5 ringgit 64 cents. So IHH this morning, so hit that one IHH. Right, and let's take a look at it. Hitting that one, stock comment and stock chart. So you can see in here, it's already around, let me take a look at the pinch it up in here. It's almost there. You can see the fair price is 560. So that tells you the IHH is actually trading at a very fair price. And let me just bring this up to you. You can see here, just from here, IHH, 5 ringgit 64 cents. And you got the old resistance here on the chart. So do take note of this one here. Let me just pinch this up a bit. And that will be 580. It's almost there. That's actually not much advantage unless you are pretty much looking at the longer trend at the longer term. So this is one of those positions you can take. And one of the things that may be attractive, at least looking at the fundamentals in here, and the fundamentals, just bring it down here. It does pay very little dividend, 0.7. So really, PE is about 50 times. So judging from it, you may have to wait a longer time before you like this, okay? There is a question here, QES and KGB. I will address that one later, okay? So let's take a look at the next stocks that we, next story that we have here is moving on to US. Okay, now the last night, we did have US Dow Jones moving higher. Okay, now switching over to that. And let's go over to the US S&P 500 here. And let's take a look at this one here. So you can see last night, the Dow Jones did hit a high here, but it's sort of hitting a resistance. Okay, let me just show you what I mean here. And this is the chart from SMARTRobie here. So you can pick this up here. So just going to pick it up from here, and you can see this is 4,350 for the S&P 500. The US Nasdaq is undergoing some profit taking. So take note, that's what we have, some of the selling last night that you hear. But another good news that we have seen so far is the Apple continuing to make new high. So there are, so again, Apple is making new high. So don't buy Apple now. The reason is because a lot of good news, usually we will get profit taking coming very fast. So you can take a look at this. You need to wait for a pullback if you want to get Apple, and that stocks has a lot of potential in the longer run. So let's look at stock comment and Apple in here. And you can see this is a very nice trend. So from a green pentagon, let me just show you here, the chart here, green pentagon way back, just pinch it down here. Right, from 6th of June, right, just almost 1.5 months, you can see this stock's moving up. And also this is also due to the interest rate, which I've been talking about a fair bit in here. So that's a nice chart moving forward. So the US market, tech sectors, reminder, there will be some correction coming down from here onwards. So just take note of it here, all right. Then the next, we'll move on to SGX market. So the Singapore market in here, let's take a look at the Singapore market. Pretty much covered that already. Singapore market. Now, Singapore market is doing slightly better than where we are. If you look at the STI market in here, not downtrend heading in. There isn't any green pentagon yet. I suppose when it needs to break up, right, the green pentagon here, it needs to break up the 3180 level in here. 3180 level is a level that we're looking for. If you can't break that, that's going to be a real problem in here. But I do think that better than Malaysia lah. Malaysia now it's holding up its base. Yesterday, the Malaysian one, we have a lot of rubber glove stocks coming up in here, but today seems to be profit taking. So any chance that the market trying to lift up higher, there'll be profit taking, and that's what's happening now. A lot of people have their money stuck inside there, and they're looking to exit right now. So stocks in play, and stock that is trending up here is 1F2, which is a trending stocks. So if you look at this in here, then you look at the what we have, the trending stocks. So trending stocks, we have the item number 6. You can see from the chart here. That's the stocks that I like, 1F2, and we look at the trend. So just click 1F2 here, go to stock chart and comment, and you can see this is where, really nice trend from the green pentagon around 23rd of May. It went from 70 cents right to 1 ringgit 10 cents. A lot of the good trends are happening outside of Malaysia, US and Singapore. So check those out on the exchange inside here. We don't have to be being just only looking at Malaysia. Learn how to invest overseas, okay? And that's the whole point. And also don't forget, our ringgit already hit 4.2, right? I talk about 4.25. So ringgit so you do have some ringgit appreciation from in here if you decided to move over to the US side, all right? So let's go on to next. It's just an update for our Pentagon guided. We are still in the positive area compared to KLCI, which is a -7%. We are slightly maybe just up around 11%, 11 to 12% in here. There's the Maybach trade. It's coming to touch our ATR stop loss very, very closely. And if it does push back up, maybe we'll get a bit more. If not, this thing will come down. And that's the update that we have. We still continue to be very positive for this trade in here. And next is looking at the past leaderboard that we have. And last week, the poly trade, let me just bring out the poly trade inside here, was a distribution. And we know last week we have a big sell-off. And usually that's the case that we have, all right? If you look here, poly, right, poly glass, it did have an upthrust here. And you can see that this was a climatic volume. And usually when you see climatic volume, market will tend to distribute out like that, especially when the market is bearish. So you can see this was a push up, hits out, and then come back down in here. And that's how ugly the market is, especially if you're trading the premium alert. Do watch out for those premium. So learn to read the price and volume in here, okay? So for this this morning, okay, we have the 2 trades. And remember, yesterday we have a lot of the rubber gloves started to move up. SuperMX is one good trade, but this morning I do think they're a little bit of profit taking here. Let's take a look at the SuperMX, which came out on our premium alert. So you can see this is a daily hourly chart, and this morning in here, profit taking such pullback, but the market's holding up. But this is a nice trend, okay? We did have this, every time when you see this climatic volume, you can see, right, market will pull back. I think this is a good level to go in around 340. On the daily chart, you can see, right, we have market hitting up a very low base, which is here, right, way before last year, July, all right? You can see almost 1 here, went up there, distribute, and coming down here. So let's also switch to a weekly chart that will give you a prognosis of a better one. On the weekly chart, this could be another dead cat bounce, but it's better to have a double bottom first. Then you can see this market pick up. If you look at the left-hand side, this is where before it started to move up, you can see here, right? And this, you need to have this long range of accumulation. We don't have the up. So right now, what we are seeing, this is a very quick intraday kind of movement that you want to do this trade in here. But if you want to trade on a longer run, I think this is still okay. So learn to buy at the very good support in here and cut if you not need to. Market still hasn't looked very, very positive yet, okay? Let's look at the next trade that we have is EMULUS. EMULUS, again, technology stocks are better. As I said before, going to your hot sectors, those are the one that will give you a better trade. You can see EMULUS picks up yesterday, 4% in here. This is this morning here, right? 9 o'clock. And this market is waiting to break out or not. Again, you got climatic volume in here, and remember, usually when you get climatic volume, when you get this part here, right, you can see our market will pull back a bit. So learn to buy on the pullback, important for that one. All right, so this is something that I think those of you using premium alert, learn to buy on the pullback. There's an ATR stop loss there. That is where your cut loss is, okay? Take note of that one. So let's move on to what we have next here is the conceptual map. Remember, right? This is a conceptual map we always talk about in here. Whenever you have the line change, a line change breakup, especially right now, market's not that good. You see pullback on high volume here. All right. So take note of that. And do watch the Trade VSA tutorial for more information that will keep you updated. Also, our August intake 2021, it's open for registration. Some of you have been contacting me for this registration in here. Check it out. And there is a number on the right-hand side that you can call and find out more about our intake. And we will have our 5 coaches plus myself to be training you for the next 12 months. Right, to train you how to read those charts. That is one of the great benefits being part of our member in here. And don't forget to check out our tradevsa.com event. There's another event coming out. So use that QR scan code. And for next Wednesday, I'll be speaking on this topic here, how to select stocks that's ready to make higher, really reinforcing what I've talked about today on the line change and conceptual map. And don't forget, this Saturday, I'll be at the Macquarie Warren Talk, all right, the Macquarie Warren Talk. So check me out on this 9:30. I'll be speaking on the slot. I'll be talking about China, renewable energy, and also batteries. That's right, BEW, all right, battery electric vehicles from a China and US perspective in here. So that will be, and a lot of prizes that you can win for this Saturday. So I'll see you then. Okay, and now we are going to our usual segment where we will be looking at the stock pick that you have. Of course, thank you for those of you who have gone over to Google Play Store and Apple Store to give us a review. Thank you very much, and we continue to update our information and our services to bring you the best trading apps that you see behind me up here. All right, there are a couple of stocks you want me to look at. Definitely, we will do that. QES and KGB, my take is KGB, but QES move a bit faster for our mail. Okay, we got Care Plus. All right, Care Plus looks okay, no problem with this one here. But you can see this climatic volume here, not that good. Compared to Care Plus, I prefer SuperMX. SuperMX haven't made a run yet. That's the stock I will pick there. Okay, we got the Panasonic. Okay, Panasonic, again, not that great because you got all this little, learn to read the chart. Whenever you have all this very no volume traded, very low volume and one bar of this is, it's not that good. You can see a trend is still going down in here. No doubt there is a green pentagon in here, but you know, you really want to buy when the stocks are picking up on a nice uptrend, and that's something like SuperMax is important. Okay, let's look at TechScam. Learn to read the chart, yeah? It's important. Now, TechScam is the same thing. If you look at the hourly chart here, okay, still in a downtrend here, right? You can see since the green pentagon here, market continue. It didn't hit through you can see that one of the reasons why it drifted down because of the low volume, and there is a spring inside here. It's still not ready to move up higher, lower, lower, lower. Again, on the backdrop of a weaker market tendency, you'll see this. Okay, okay, that's... Okay, any more stocks you want me to look at? Just pencil those in. I'm just checking out on SMARTRobie too. All right, any more trades you want me to look at? To pencil those in. Okay, we got a few more. Lee Metal, New Tech. Oh, that's US. Okay, let's look at the Pi Corp. Okay, Progressive Impact. This one here, green pentagon, that's okay. You can see, but not ready to move higher yet. Got green pentagon in here. Moving sideways. You got the ATR stop loss in here. So it's also important to pick up those that has a nice trade setup. Right now, this market in here not ready to go up yet. So keep it on here. Penta. Now, of course, best result will always be together with the hot sectors like Penta. So Penta should be fine, you know, since making up, and we know all hot sectors are moving up nicely here, right? Have you taken my vaccine jab? Oh, yes, yes. waiting for my second one. My second one will be end of this month, so it will be great. And I think the cases will be continue to go higher up. So everybody take care, okay? Okay, in here, DIY, thank you for your concern. DIY, Mr. DIY here. Okay, Mr. DIY broke through the ATR stop loss. Be a bit careful in here. I don't like what I see here. Trends are then coming down, okay? MYEG. Okay, MYEG finally, ATR stop loss hit through. You have a green pentagon in here. Not one of the best setup. I prefer to have a longer accumulation period. These are what we call, could be a dead cat bounce like this one you see here, right? And just like here. So take note of that. JHM is okay, no problem, because it is a technology. All tech sectors will continue to go up slowly, very slowly, At least your chance of winning the trade is definitely there. Okay? Okay, don't forget this weekend, on the 17th, tomorrow, we will have our one-day course on VSA organized by my coaches and my trainer in there. Our one-day course, some of you may already got information on that one there. Do check it out. It's it's a very, very good course to introduce VSA to you. And for some of you who really want to join that one, there's some information we have, or just WhatsApp us to 010-2669-761 for those of you who are interested in our one-day course. Okay, any more stocks we're looking at? SPCE. I'm not going to answer you on the SpaceX, all those, which is not relevant to our local market in here. All right, I'm going to take note. Stick to the KLSE exchange, okay? I think that way you will make money in here. Okay, any more questions? Okay, let's look at pharma. Okay, pharma, no good. No green pentagon yet. All right, you can see this one here, and you can see immediately the market no take up. Just one push up, and that's the whole point about it. You can see also very climatic volume in here. It could be distribution, and every time when you push through this, you got this resistance here. Take a while, wait for the second, maybe for the next pentagon, then perhaps you want to go in and just watch it. Remember, our market is not that strong yet. Okay, DUFU. Okay, tech stocks slowly but surely, okay? That's a nice one. Senso is very nice, yeah? Nice pickup in here. It's a software company. It's been going up nicely trend. You have this 32 cents here picking up, and good volume too. All right, no climatic volume. You don't have this one here. Whenever you have this, turquoise color. So this is one of our trade VSA package. Some of you may have want to subscribe that. That's really one a big benefit in here. Okay. QES still can buy. Follow the trading plan. Okay. DNext no, broke through ATR stop loss. Time to go. Okay. PNB, PCB, PNB, PNE, no good. This one is going down the drain, breakthrough ATR, so I'll cut. Okay, you gotta cut, you gotta get out. All right, Jesse, take note. Okay, any more stocks, just pencil in there. I'll be glad to look at that. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. And for those of you who have joined me last night, on Wednesday night, I talk about the dividend. That's something good information for you to know that. Just don't trade all the time. Learn those information about dividend investing, because that one is going to help you to build your retirement well. Like me, right now, you need to work, don't need to work, so it doesn't matter. Because why? You got enough money, right? So trading is important, but also look at the perspective of investing. That's the way you want to do. All right. D Pharma, Astino. Okay, those will be my last two. So don't forget to subscribe to our trade VSA trading ideas in here, in this QR code here. Do share with your friends in here, and let me just look at it at the last few. Astino. Okay, this is a stock split. So I said before, so you want to adjust this. They will be adjusted, this one here. It's a 9 to 5 stock split, okay? not good. Like anything that's on yellow trend zone, don't trade it, stay out from here. Samcam was one of the stocks that I have. Again, a green pentagon here, but no smart money to push it. You're just holding up in here, double top, holding up at the base here. Not that great. You can see here, haven't hit ATR, so ATR, stop loss, also have to hold. Now remember, whatever you want to get, right, try to align yourself always with the hot sectors. That is your best chance that the stock's going up. If not, most of the stocks like Samcam is just going to be holding up there. That's it. Like JHM, that's fine. I think I covered that already. D Pharma. Okay, D Pharma, okay. I think this one in here, you got the Pentagon Guider, and then you have this stocks really pulling back today because yesterday it went up by 4%. Let's see how this one will pan up. All right, thank you for coming today. I think you all had some great stocks in here. Apologize for the so-called the format that we have today. I couldn't get it on time. There were some technical issues, but I will address them when I'll be back on Monday. So thank you for coming and thank you for sharing. So I'll see you guys later then. Bye-bye.